everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I am your Wednesday host, and today we're going to be talking about some different stuff. We're going to be talking about, there's two questions here. I'll put the full questions down below because they're a little bit long. We're going to go into more depth next month about the deity portion of this, so stay tuned. I'm going to read a little bit of the first question, and it's from Dikka. Hope I said that right. I found your channel today and I'm already binging on it. Totally do that. Damn you, Netflix. I wanted to ask a question that I don't see discussed a lot, and I've only seen mentioned here and there with a line or two. Can there be a pagan that does not take it as a religion? And that's kind of tough question. Pagans were generally religions that were not the mainstream, and that's how they were connected, or they're not connected, labeled. In the ancient times, people who had mainstream religions called people who didn't pagans. So they still had religions, they were just not mainstream. So I'm not totally sure on the pagan and religion disconnect there. I will say that sometimes people have a negative view on the word religion, or religion. And I honestly, for a long time I did. I don't want to say negative, I just felt that it connected only to the mainstream. I wanted to be considered something else, so I went with spiritual. But I think you can be both. I think it's good to be both, and I feel like I am both. And I have a definition for religion here that I really, really like, and I think that it's that you can be religious, not necessarily be part of a organized religion. It's a set of beliefs concerning the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe, especially when considering as the creation of a superhuman agency or agencies, usually involving devotional and ritual observances, and often containing a moral code governing the conduct of human affairs. So that really encompasses religions in general, even pagan religions. Pagans generally have a concept of what they believe creation was, that deity is. They generally have moral codes. Some groups might have moral codes differing vastly, but they still have them. So, can a pagan not be religious? I think pagans, in my opinion, the term pagan, that I'm familiar with at least, is religion, but it's just not mainstream religion. So I don't know that a disconnect can be there, because even if you're a pagan atheist, you have these core beliefs, differing on some aspects, obviously, because of covering the atheism part, but it's still there. It's still considered your religion. Now, part of this question also flows into the next question, who was sent by Who Sees Who, and says, I'm an atheist whom is extremely interested in paganism, but atheism means believing in no deities. So how do you explain this? I'm sincerely searching for answers. So, deities can be viewed a lot of different ways. And if you are interested in paganism, but do not feel like you connect with a god or goddess figure and their mythology and all of that, but you do connect with, say you, for instance, feel very, very mothering and protective, and you want to connect, and that is a trait of Isis, for instance, and you resonate with that trait, you know, you can have God and goddess figures that you connect with traits that you want to amplify in your life, that you want to, you know, keep in abundance in your life. You can use deity for different forms. It can be extensions of yourself, you know, like this, you know, I'm not a mother, but say you're a mother, and you want to keep that protective connection, and it's a focal point for you to keep that, not that you have to be, you know, have that to be, I'm a protective mother because you're a mother, so you're going to be protective, but of your home. Say you just want that protective feeling in your home all the time, and it's something that reinforces that with you. You know, it's on your mind, and it's in your energies, and so you're connected. And so maybe with deity, it needs to be an extension of yourself, focal point of your energy, something you want to keep around you. I don't necessarily think that you have to have a deity to be a pagan. If you just feel like the energy, because some people just believe in source, the all, you know, the energy force of the universe, what have you. And so if you connect in that way, you don't necessarily need a deity at all. That can just be your connection. For some of us, that's a little bit difficult for me to wrap my head around. So I choose to have deities. But you don't necessarily have to. You can be a pagan, an atheistic pagan, and not have deities at all. It's not a requirement. And that's the cool thing about paganism is there's really not a requirement. You just really need to find what works for you. So I thought it was going to take me longer to cover this. So, yeah. So, pagan religion, I feel like that is connected. I think there's a misconception of religion, so therefore people want to kind of shy away from that. But you can be spiritual and religious and pagan, and then not have a negative connotation. You also can be an atheistic pagan and not have specific deities. I mean, you may be connected to the energies of a deity's, you know, characteristics, and you can use that as a focal point, like I said, of things you want to amplify in your life, or things you just want to kind of recharge in your life, you know, extensions of yourself, you know. Some people find that a statue, say of Buddha, meditating is very relaxing. They don't necessarily believe in Buddha, but they like that energy. They like that feel. It's very relaxing. And so they put it in their meditation room or their, you know, wherever they're relaxing. So you can go that route too. Whatever statue, it's much like art, where it brings you a certain feeling, it brings a certain energy into your home. So you can always go that route too. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about the deity connections more next month, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the week, and you're not in all the snowy areas like we are. And, yeah, so until next time, blessed be, and bye.